The scene opens with Emperor Valerian, adorned in full Roman military regalia, addressing his legionaries beneath the searing Mesopotamian sun. His crimson cloak billows behind him as the Roman ranks form their lines, shields raised and spears at the ready. The battlefield is tense as Shapur Thurn's elite Sasanian cavalry charges into view, their gleaming armor catching the sun. Shapur himself, sitting proudly on a heavily armored horse, raises his hand to signal the attack. The clash begins with a wave of Sasanian archers loosing their arrows, darkening the sky. Roman soldiers struggle under the volley, with horses rearing and men falling. In the distance, the imposing fortress of Edessa looms, framed by clouds of dust kicked up by the violent melee. The image captures the moment when the tides turn. Roman forces, overwhelmed, begin to falter, foreshadowing Valerian's eventual capture by Shapur. The viewer is taken to the walls of the besieged Roman city of Amida at dusk. The city's defenders, exhausted and desperate, stand atop the walls with flaming arrows at the ready. The Roman soldiers, dirty and bloodied, exchange nervous glances as they prepare for the next wave. Below them, the sprawling Sasanian camp stretches out, filled with siege engines, massive towers, battering rams, and catapults against a backdrop of mountains. King Shapur II stands on a raised platform, observing the assault with cold determination. As the Sasanian forces surge forward, ladders are thrown against the city's walls, and Roman archers unleash a rain of fire-tipped arrows. The sky is a twilight mix of orange and purple, reflecting the flickering flames from the battlefield. The tension of the inevitable breach is palpable as cracks appear in the city's defenses. This image places the viewer in the heart of a vast desert battlefield outside Ctesiphon, the jewel of the Sasanian Empire. Emperor Julian, youthful and armored, rides at the head of his Roman legions, flanked by banners snapping in the dry wind. Behind them, rows of disciplined Roman infantry march, their rectangular shields forming a solid wall. The ancient city of Ctesiphon rises in the distance, dominated by the iconic Caucasus, its grand arch reflecting the golden hues of the setting sun. Sasanian defenders, positioned on the city's walls and on nearby ridges, prepare for a final stand. Persian cavalry, with ornate helmets and brightly colored silk banners, charge out of the city gates to meet the Roman force in a thunderous clash. Sand and dust fill the air as the two armies collide, and in the distance, the Euphrates River shimmers under the waning light, symbolizing the river that both empires seek to control. In this image, the viewer looks down on the battlefield outside the fortress city of Dara, where the Byzantine Empire, a successor to Rome, faces off against the Sasanians. Byzantine troops stand in orderly formations, their shields shining in the sun, their blue and gold banners flapping in the hot wind. General Belisarius, wearing a gold helmet, surveys the battlefield, his officers beside him. Across the field, the Sasanian forces, mounted on heavily armored horses, prepare to charge. Their chainmail glistens, and the Persian officers shout commands in the ancient language of the empire. Between the two armies lie a series of trenches, dug by the Byzantines to slow the Sasanian advance. The moment is just before the cavalry charge. Both sides are locked in silent anticipation. Behind the Persian lines, a dust cloud rises as reinforcements arrive, threatening to tip the battle in Shapur's favor. The fortified city of Dara, with its massive walls and towers, looms in the background. A cold and harsh winter day envelops the battlefield near Nineveh. The scene is dominated by snow-covered ruins, remnants of the ancient Assyrian city. Emperor Heraclius leads his Byzantine forces, wearing fur-lined armor, standing tall amidst his men. The Byzantine soldiers, hunched against the bitter cold, brace for the Sasanian charge. Sasanian infantry, draped in thick woolen cloaks to ward off the winter chill, advance through the snowy wasteland, their breath visible in the frosty air. Mounted cataphracts, a central feature of the Sasanian army, charge through the snow, their horses' hooves kicking up icy plumes as they gallop forward. The skies are gray, and a thick fog obscures parts of the battlefield, adding a mystical element to the chaos. The city ruins of Nineveh, barely visible through the mist, act as a reminder of the ancient history that surrounds this decisive battle. Heraclius, sword raised, prepares to lead his men to a moment of glory, capturing the last gasps of the Sasanian Empire's strength.